Well, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, can I thank you, Jack, and all your colleagues in the all-party parliamentary group who do an excellent job in representing the interests in Parliament. And High Representative Karwan, thank you very much for your speech tonight and for asking me to speak. I think the presence of so many parliamentary colleagues and distinguished guests, and importantly members of the Kurdish community, is a great illustration of the strength of support in this country for the Kurdistan region of Iraq, and importantly for the historic partnership that we have long enjoyed. Now, I know that a lot of you have worked very tirelessly to deepen that partnership by promoting friendship and understanding, and I welcome that and thank you all. Now, my colleague as a minister, Andrew Murison, unfortunately unable to be here this evening, so I am the inadequate substitute, served as a medic in the British Army in Iraq in 2004, witnessing firsthand the challenges of nation building following the fall of Saddam's regime. And since being appointed for the Minister for the Middle East in May, I know he's also had the chance to view the region from a new perspective, helping to heal wounds with the medicine of diplomacy, if I can put it that way. But the region's actually also got a special place in my own heart. I got to know and developed a special affinity with it during my time working in the oil business a number of years ago, and I continue to remember it with great fondness. And 4 years ago, I spent about 2 weeks there simply exploring. And I discovered 10 years or so after I left the business that pipelines still get me very, very excited. It's clear that Iraq has made very significant progress over the past 15 years. Violence is at its lowest level since 2003, and both federal Iraq and the Kurdistan region held successful elections last year. Now, I welcome the recent election of Nurchivan Barzani as president and Masroor Barzani as prime minister, and it's important that all parties in the region come together to deliver for the people of Iraqi Kurdistan. Now, I'm further encouraged by developments in the relationship between Baghdad and Erbil, such as the inclusion of Kurdish politicians in the Iraqi government, not least the president himself, as well as the allocation for the Kurdistan region in the Iraqi budget, and the engagement of President Barzani with the federal government on so many outstanding issues. And as we've heard, there are 3 women ministers, which I hope is a triumph not just for equality, but also for quality. Yes. 2 weeks ago, the Prime Minister and Foreign Secretary welcomed President Barham Saleh to the UK, where we made a clear commitment to the relationship between Baghdad and Erbil. But look, there are challenges ahead. While we've achieved the territorial defeat of Daesh, the ongoing threat of insurgency does remain. So we must ensure that the international community works together with Iraqi and Kurdish forces to get rid of Daesh forever. And I particularly salute the sacrifice of the Peshmerga for their role in countering Daesh. The UK is proud to provide ongoing support to the Peshmerga through the global coalition, and to date, we have trained nearly 13,000 Peshmerga fighters, and we've donated £3 million worth of arms and ammunition, and we have provided extensive air support to their operations. And furthermore, we initiated and continue to lead the Peshmerga of the Future reform programme, which we hope will safeguard the region's stability and security in the years ahead. But as well as military cooperation, we must continue to address the ongoing economic concerns of the people of the KRI and of wider Iraq. We have to ensure that they've got access to jobs and to opportunities and to the services they deserve. Now, this means continuing with reconstruction, stabilization and reform, And in the last 5 years, the UK has committed over £250 million in humanitarian support and over £100 million in stabilisation funding to Iraq, including the Kurdistan region. Now, this money has thrown a lifeline to millions with emergency food, shelter, life-saving medical care, and crucially, clean water. And through our Conflict Stability and Security Fund, we're supporting extensive community-level reconciliation in liberated areas. We also continue to work with the Kurdistan regional government to reform its political institutions as well as those that govern the economy, security, and civil society. Reforms in this field are needed to diversify away from oil. Here am I, as a former oil trader, saying that. But there's a need to reduce the size of the public sector. You've got to increase capital investments and build a more supportive business environment for the private sector. So I'm delighted that the government of Iraq approved the World Bank's new Iraq Reform and Reconstruction Fund. Now, the UK was the fund's first donor, with a £16 million injection, which was announced by Andrew Murrison's predecessor in January. So crucially, we've also got to address the underlying grievances that fueled the rise of Daesh in the first place. And that means ensuring representative governance that protects the rights of all individuals. When Dr. Murison spoke to President Barzani last month, they discussed the fair treatment of people of all faiths, including minority communities. And I'm encouraged by the peaceful coexistence and inclusion of those communities in the Kurdistan region, including in the new government. And I commend the regional government for hosting large numbers of internally displaced people. So the UK and Iraq have an important role to play in de-escalating regional tensions, particularly with regard to Iran, and we'll continue to work with both Iraqi and KRG leaders with that in mind. So it's really encouraging to see the progress in Iraq and the Kurdistan region over the last several years. There are many reasons to be hopeful for the future, and I can assure you that the UK is fully committed to help realise those hopes. So through our partnership in the months and years ahead, we will develop stronger institutions, a stronger economy, secure jobs, and better lives for Iraqi Kurds and for all Iraqis. Thank you.